is Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I make videos twice a week, so on Tuesdays and on Fridays. And if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for your good time, loving supporting my channel. And I'm really hoping you're enjoying my content. So today's video is going to be a first impressions review on the Estée Lauder foundation, like just a regular foundation. I've got the shade Tawny now. I didn't buy the full size of it, I just got a sample. I got a sample from Medicare Pharmacy. Like, Brits don't do samples now because of COVID. I'm not sure about Debenhams or any other places, but I know if you want to get a sample of this, go somewhere like Medicare. They do samples, so yeah. So, actually, tell a lie, I've tried this foundation before. Like, I haven't tried it in years. I had the shade Shell Beige from my tan skin, like my mentally tan skin. I'm naturally pale, so I always wear a tan. Well, sometimes I let my pale skin show, but I haven't let my pale skin show in like a year or so. So I'm going off topic, but I'm just explaining when I've tried this foundation. And then years ago, like 2013, I got a shade in my natural skin tone, and well, it was a bit kind of off. It was like more of a cool tone one. Like I think it was Cool Bone, where it should have been matched to Ivory Nude because I had a sample of Ivory Nude from a pale skin. I know, off topic, but I got a sample of Tawny because I just thought recently I really want to try the Dull Wear again, because if that one I had a Shell Beige, it looked really nice. I love the colour of it. The Shell Beige is a really good match for my tan, but after a while from having the foundation, it all start to go like not looking as nice, and I just thought I put me off the foundation for a while. Then I just thought to myself the other week, right, I'll pop in when I'm next in a shop that does Estée Lauder and see about getting a sample of Tawny, because I've heard Tawny is a good shade. I actually did have a sample of that ages ago, I think so. So off topic, but I just thought I might as well try Tawny again, and then if I want to get another sample, I'll get another sample of Shell Beige and see how both of them are. But yeah, like this is the longest intro ever, but here's what the sample looks like. Just a nice wee sample there. They're actually decent sized samples Estée Lauder do. They do really decent. Like this last year a good few times, like 5 times. So yeah, enough rambling, but I'm going to get on to how I apply it. I think the common like 60 shades, I'll put the number down below, and if you want to get the full sized product, it's pricey. It's like £44 for a full size tube, like not tube bottles, like a glass bottle. The packaging of the actual foundation when you get the full size is actually really nice. It's very elegant looking. I'll put pictures up and stuff, but yeah, I'm going to shut up and get into put it on my face. So I'm going to use a glowy primer. Yes, I know the foundation is matte, but I always use a glowy primer, and I'm just going to prep it how I would wear my skin, wear my makeup. But I've been loving the L'Oreal Glow Cherie. It's basically their, what's it called again? It's like natural glow enhancer, basically a primer or liquid highlighter. I've also been loving the Skin Paradise tinted water cream. It's basically a tinted moisturizer with a good amount of glow. I mix it and put together like before I put my foundation on, but I think solely for like the purpose, because this one has coverage, this one doesn't, it's more of a glow. I'm going to use this one to see the coverage on that foundation. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this. So yeah, I don't know if I put too much on my hand. I have a review on both of them products, and I will, if I remember, link them down below, and if I don't, just ask or look at my channel and you'll see them. So that's what it looks like here, just at the amount of product I put as a primer. And I do have tan, as a boyfriend or no fiance, Brooklyn. I do have tan on my face, and to like this developing tan, I'm wearing the Sunkissed Selfie Ready one, and it's dark. I just applied it about 2 hours ago before done this video, and I need to just hurry up and get this done because it's like after 5 and I don't want to end up with really dark videos. So yeah, winter lighting is crap. But yeah, that just gives a nice glowy base for makeup, so make sure it's all blended. Yep. So I'm going to use the Poundland Beauty Blender. These sponges are actually amazing. You can get free for £1 and they're the softest sponges. Like literally they're so soft you'd think you're actually using the Jet Beauty blender, but it's actually like comes in a set, and it's like £1 for like 3 sponges. They are bomb. They are lovely. I love them so much. And I did do a review on that, but then it got blocked because copyright. YouTube. Here's what the sample looks like out of the wee package. So just basically a sample of a navy lid, and you see the colour through there. And obviously the girl wrote Tawny, so it's a free W1 Tawny. Just stir. So I'm going to put a wee small amount in my hand. Well, not small, but like a decent enough amount, but not too much. Onto my hand. Gonna start with that amount now, and then just gonna build it up if I need to. So, just gonna dot it all over the face like you normally would with your foundation. I need to flip and do something with my nails because they're like stained with tan, and I'm going to paint them in light, so excuse my ratchet nails. They're awful, I know, but what can you do? Just going to use the side of the beauty blender, like the wee round part. Then just dab the rest of the foundation on my hand on to just to add that better coverage. So yeah, I'm just going to blend it in like I normally would. You can use this brush with this foundation, it works really well for brush too. The brush actually just makes like pack on more product, so it gives better coverage, well, fuller coverage, but it isn't as natural looking as if you were to use it with a sponge. So I prefer a sponge. Sponge is actually easy enough to like wet and stuff like that. I used to never use sponges and only used brushes, and then if I couldn't be bothered to clean with brushes, I'd just like use my hand back in the day. But I used to think sponges were crap, but they're actually really good. I don't know why I didn't just flip and get into them earlier than what I did, but hey ho. I used to always think, why is people bothering with sponges? Just share out the coverage and all. But then it's like, they don't really do. If you get a good one, it doesn't really do that. Yeah, it does kind of share out the extent, but it wouldn't be like a big difference, like, do you know what I mean? And the brush, the only reason why the brush would pack on more coverage is because of a sponge. Obviously some products get into the sponge, but these ones don't soak up too much of it. So what I can see, I've got one thin layer on, like from that what was on the back of my hand. What I can see, you can still see the liquid illuminator like underneath, but it has mattified it down. It is what I remember being like a matte foundation. I can feel it on my skin, which I don't really care, it doesn't bother me. And I can just, it's given decent coverage, but I am going to build it up to see what it's like with a sponge and all. And Tawny, I would say, even though I've got tan on my face, is a decent enough match to my tan, because I did scrub all the tan off like in a couple of consecutive days. So it's basically, I just put tan on my pale skin, so, and it's ultra dark. But if I had to double coat the tan, like do 2 layers of tan, it would be too light. But for like 1 layer of ultra dark, it's actually decent enough matte. I'm happy with that. I'm going to put another layer on, as I said before, just to build up the coverage and see what it's like. And yeah, so about that much, similar to what I put on before. Now I'm just going to dab it on like I normally would. I'm not going to put too much on my forehead because it doesn't need as much coverage as like my cheeks and stuff. Just dabbing the foundation on with fingers. And then just gonna blend that really. I do know you have to work fairly quick with this foundation to get it to blend in, or it does like a set like within seconds of applying it. So I have to like literally brush without gum patches. My hair is in my head. Not my head. Well, it is in my head, but my hair's in my way, I should say, not. I don't want to say any day, but just blend down the neck so I don't get any kind of harsh line. So I'm going to blend the hairline in a bit too, just I'll do that with, or after a time of foundation, this hair band's in my head in. So that's the second layer applied. What I can notice, it definitely is a matte foundation, like it literally has taken the majority of that glow away, which isn't too bad of a thing, but I just prefer more of a glow to my face. I can definitely feel it on my skin more than like my Too Faced Born This Way. That's my holy grail foundation, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Fair enough, it is like still showing a tiny bit of that liquid illuminator glow through, but if I would have applied like my Benefit Professional primer, which I don't have with me because I'm in the caravan, or any kind of non-glowy primer, it would matte my face down. From what I remember when I used to use this foundation, it's very matte. Like it is very matte. Like it just literally goes poof, matte. But I used to like that look. I used to like it being matte and my face look proper matte and full coverage. Nowadays, because I'm a bit older than my early 20s and late teens, I prefer, well, it was early 20s I used this foundation in my mid 20s, but I prefer more of a glowy look. Yes, still full coverage and still like a good flawless look, but more glow, more dewy, more luminous. Not really a fan of matte foundations, but I think it's nice because I added that liquid illuminator underneath it, which gives it a bit more of a life and a glow, which I like. And I can always add highlight. Yeah, you can tell it's like really mattified it right down, just how the glow is showing through. Yeah, it's straight in, you can tell. It's a bit glowy there, but it's obviously going to go show some glow to the face, but it's way more matte than what my regular foundation looks like with a liquid illuminator underneath it. But not too mad at it, it's nice. I love the coverage, it definitely is, I would say, full coverage. Like 2 layers definitely do give you like full boom coverage. I do have one, I don't know why I'm scratching my ear, I do have one that's maximum coverage. I'm tempted to get a sample of that, and I also have a shade Tawny, so I might see what that's like for my skin. But so far, I like this foundation. I'm not sure we will get it again. I might get it again. I'll see how it is in my skin and how within the next week or so. Obviously, I'm not wearing this full face over a week, but like trying it out again, like every time I wear makeup, I'll see what it's like. And if it's still just prefer Too Faced Born This Way, I'll stick with that. But if I wanna just get the full size, I'll get the full size. But so far, it's nice. But I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on and come back to it and just tell you how everything went on top of it. But yeah, it's lovely coverage, like it really is. So yeah, I'll see you when I see you. So I'm back and the rest of my makeup is all done. My hair is doing my head and it's getting washed tomorrow. And this foundation is fairly matte. It's still showing a little bit of a glow from the liquid illuminator and primer, but I would say it's more like a soft matte with a slight luminous to it. But it just goes to show that if you didn't put like a illuminating primer on, it would be like flat matte. I remember being flat matte when I didn't put liquid illuminator on back in the day when I used like a L'Oreal smoothing primer. That's Studio Secrets primer, which I love. It's one of my favourite ones, but I haven't had it in years because I discontinued it. But when I used to use this foundation, I used the Blurring primer when I was younger, and it was definitely matte. But since I'm using liquid illuminator, it's more like a soft matte, like slight glow to it. But I could definitely feel it on the skin. It doesn't bother me, I'm used to it. Not feeling the makeup on the skin. It definitely is full coverage, especially with like 2 layers. Like it's proper porcelain, like full coverage China doll makeup basically. I love the actual finish of it. The finish is really really nice. It looks like flawless. But I'm definitely, if I do decide to get this in the full, and even when I'm using the sample, I'm going to put like an illuminator underneath it just to give it a bit more of an oomph because I am older. Tawny is a good shade. It's a lovely shade. I would say, because I'm wearing ultra dark tan now, it's just developing. It hasn't properly fully developed yet because it's only been on a few hours. I would say, like, if I'm going straight from pale skin, which I didn't have any tan on when I put this tan on because I scrubbed it all off throughout the week, a couple of days in a row. If I'm going from pale skin to like using my Sunkissed Ultra Dark Tan, Tawny's perfect. But if I put 2 layers of Ultra Dark Tan on, it'd be too light. Shell Beige is better for me. But if my tan's fading, Tawny would be good. Like say if I'm going from like really dark tan where Tawny's too light, in between Tawny will look nice. And yeah. And then even Ivory Beige is another one to do. It's more like olivey undertone, but it's definitely if you've put medium tan on coming from pale skin, or you're naturally medium to tan, like you have a light, like medium but slightly tan complexion, like just a medium skin tone, Ivory Beige is really good. Or if you're just wearing like a nice light to medium tan. Tawny's for someone who's gone from pale skin to wear a dark tan or ultra dark tan. Tawny's good. If you're putting 2 layers, especially of ultra dark tan from pale skin, Shell Beige. Definitely, they're all olive undertones. I love just the finish and colour and all of this foundation. It's really, really nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to full size. I might do, but I definitely will prep my skin the way I do it now. It definitely makes my skin look nicer than what I used to prep it with. Like I used to do like a smoothing primer, like that L'Oreal Studio Secrets primer, the one that comes in a pot. Do you remember that one? It was amazing. They discontinued it. I used that and then put double wear on, and then I used the L'Oreal like press powder, like the coloured one, the True Match one, over top, and it gave me that flawless finish foundation, like full coverage, but it was really really matte, like flat matte. If it didn't have like an illuminator underneath it, definitely would be like flat matte. So it's perfect for like, all your skin tones or skin types, love. I would say if you're dry, definitely put your moisturiser on, like definitely prep your skin. If you've got any flaky bits, so it can tell that would cling to that because it is that matte formula. So exfoliate, then do a thick moisturiser, let it sink in for like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and do your hydrating primer and the double wear, and it'll look nice. And maybe use a hydrating powder, or like even not really a powder. If you don't need a powder, don't use a powder, and it should look nice. But for dry skin, I would definitely recommend Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's better for like dry skin, and because it has that natural luminance to it, like it does have illuminating products or properties to that foundation, it's good for dry and mature skin. This one, you can use it if you're mature, but it's how you prep your skin and how you like do your makeup is how it's going to look on your skin. But yeah, judging by how I used to wear my skin, like how, when I used to wear it, it definitely lasts all day. When you put this on in the morning, it'll be there, like intact, properly, fully intact. When you take it off, you're literally taking the whole makeup off. Definitely is a good foundation, it really, really is. And I just love the way it's looking, the coverage on it. But I don't know if I like it more than like Too Faced Born This Way. I think I still prefer that one. I might even do another video like side by side comparing Double Wear and Too Faced Born This Way. Should I do that? I probably will. But yeah, it's really really nice, it really really is. So I hope you enjoyed this video, hope I didn't ramble on too much, and I'll see you again for my next one. Stay gorgeous, bye.